Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making pickled red onions and peppers. This is one of my all-time favorite snacks. My husband and I are obsessed with these. We make them all the time. You guys only need a few simple organic ingredients to make these homemade pickled red onions and peppers at home. Let me show you guys how to make them. So the first step in making these pickled red onions and peppers, we're going to slice our peppers and onion. So I'm using 1 red pepper and 1 yellow pepper. You guys can use any color pepper that you like, but I prefer the red, the orange, and the yellow. These ones are gonna be the sweetest because they've been on the vine the longest compared to the green peppers. But if you guys like green pepper, you can totally use that as well. So we just wanna slice these into thin slices. And I'm gonna show you my top trick for removing the seed pod from bell peppers. First step, we're gonna trim off the top and the stem. Now you have the stem and the bell pepper ring. We're definitely keeping this, and you can toss this. Now you want to slice off one side of the bell pepper. Just like this. Now we're going to take our knife and just cut the seed pod out of the middle. And then you can just pull it out with your hands. Now we're just going to slice this into thin slices. So once you have some of your bell peppers cut, it's time to add them to a bowl with a lid. And I really like using my glass bowl with a lid, like a Pyrex bowl or something like that. It's gonna be perfect for this. And if you guys don't have a big bowl with a lid, no worries, you can just use a regular bowl and you can cover it with plastic wrap because it's gonna have to sit in the fridge for a few days while this pickles. And then we're just gonna slice our onion into thin slices as well. And you can leave these as rings, that's totally fine. Once we have our sliced onions and peppers in our bowl, then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. This is gonna help draw out the moisture from these vegetables because we want them to be crispy even when they're pickled. So this step is super important and don't skip it. Now you're just gonna let these vegetables sit on the counter at room temperature for about 2 hours. This is gonna give time to let the salt draw out the moisture, and then we're gonna drain off that excess liquid. And you can put the lid on, but you don't have to, totally optional. So once we've strained off the water from our vegetables, now we're just gonna add in a few simple ingredients. So we're adding in half a cup of white vinegar. Next, we're adding in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I like using a mix of both apple cider and white vinegar. We're gonna get a really good tang on these veggies. Next, we're adding in 226 grams of organic cane sugar. And then last, we have our spices. 2 teaspoons of celery seed, and then half a teaspoon of yellow mustard seed. Now we're just gonna mix this up until everything is combined. Once everything is stirred together and it's completely combined, then we're just gonna cover it with a lid. And if you guys don't have a lid, you guys can cover this with plastic wrap, that's totally fine. This does need to sit in the fridge now for 3 days, and we have to just let this pickle. This is going to be the hardest part. And now that you have successfully waited 3 days, these pickled red onions and peppers are ready to enjoy. You guys can use these on everything from salads to sandwiches, hot dogs, burgers, wraps. They're even a delicious snack all on their own. If you guys want more easy organic recipes just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.